and welcome to today's episode of The Daily Blend. I'm your host, AC, and we are joined in studio today by Christy Lowe, who is the Services and Programs Coordinator for Voluntary Action Center. How are you?
Hi, good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course. Thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about VAC, Voluntary Action Center, for people who may not be familiar.
Yeah, VAC is responding to the immediate basic needs for individuals and families in our community. We serve Boone County and we serve households that are at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines.
And so you guys probably are serving quite a large number of families here in Boone County.
We are, I believe our anticipated numbers are seeing around 8,000 individuals this year.
Wow. And so when you say immediate needs, what kind of things are you talking about?
Yeah, we are doing those basic needs, hitting those basic needs you need, hygiene items, food, clothing vouchers, cleaning supplies, things like that.
Yeah, like the things that we all need, like every day, all day.
Yeah, things you don't think about.
Yes.
That some people who are struggling paycheck to paycheck sometimes can't afford to purchase themselves.
Yeah. And so how does a family or, a person who may be in need of those things, how do they access your services?
Yeah, it's actually really simple. Our office is open for walk-ins every day of the week except for Wednesdays. We're open from 9 to noon and 1 to 4. Folks can just come in and talk to us, let us know what we have that they could use. So we can try to help them with that. They can also call over the phone and try to ask questions and get a file set up that way.
Yeah, and it is. I know it's pretty convenient for people to just be able to stop in. That's really nice that you have those office hours where people can just come in and say, hey, here's what I need, and they can get established right then.
Yes, and on Wednesdays we do by appointment only.
Okay.
So people who are working with caseworkers or they're on a time crunch because of their work schedule are able to set a specific appointment time and come.
That's very convenient. And so you guys do this not little thing, it's big thing every year around the holidays. Tell us about it.
Yes, so this is our 41st year of our annual holiday program here in Boone County. I have been in charge of the program for about 7 years now. We take care of around 1,000 families every year, providing them with holiday gifts, sometimes food, sometimes basic needs for their household, different things like that.
And so you say you've been in charge of it for 7 years. And so it's interesting. It's one of, when we first moved to Columbia in 2007, that was the first program that we heard about for holiday giving to help the community. And so it was probably the first thing that I ever did in Columbia, that was like a community service type thing back in 2007.
I think it's definitely something that stands out when people don't even know what VAC is. A lot of them have heard about our holiday program. It's great. This year we're going to serve 1,033 families, which is over 3,800 individuals.
Wow.
In order to do that, though, we need a lot of help from the community.
Yeah. I was going to say, just start telling us what you need, because I know it's a big community effort.
Yeah. So what you can do, you can go to our website and sign up to sponsor a family. That means you tell me what family size works for you, and I send you something called a wish list. It's going to be your shopping guide for that family. It's going to list what they need, what they want, what they could use around the house. And you use that guide. You go purchase whatever you would like to purchase off of that list, and in December you bring it to me at Broadway Christian Church, who is our generous host for this program, and that's it. We make it as easy as we can for our sponsors. Another thing, though, is we need volunteers. Last year we had over 1,000 volunteer hours given for our holiday program. That's in 6 days.
Wow.
So we are there at Broadway Christian Church from December 9th through the 14th. The first half of the week, all those gifts are coming in. The second half of the week, they're all going out. And it is not possible without our community.
No, there really is just no way. I mean, it is a huge, huge undertaking. I mean, I've seen Broadway when you guys are like in the space down there, and it's quite an undertaking.
Yeah. I definitely encourage even someone who's sponsoring a family, sign up to come volunteer for a shift so you can see what all your hard work's doing on the other end. Because it's really unreal to people when they see it. We fill up a gymnasium plus another entire room of this church in a week and empty it.
That is, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So if a family or if somebody's listening and they think they want to be involved, You've already said it's easy. You can just sign up online.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these, some of them are gifts, like gifts for like some of the younger people in the families.
Yeah.
Do you want those wrapped or not?
We ask people to not wrap them. When they come into the church, we repackage everything in either a box or a black bag.
Okay.
So that way, when the family comes to pick it up, if they don't have the option to leave their children at home, their kids aren't going to see what's in there.
Yeah.
That helps the families kind of know what their kids are getting, making sure gifts are appropriate for them. And we encourage people, if you want, throw in some wrapping paper and a roll of tape for them.
That's very smart. That's very smart. Because I know a lot of places when they do the gifts, they ask you to wrap them. But I do love they're getting their things early enough in December to where they have time to do that. So I do love adding the wrapping paper and the
It's also
tape.
quite a joy for staff and volunteers to see what comes in.
Oh, I'm sure.
It really hits you in the feels. And, you see that little Barbie house you would have loved when you were a 6-year-old girl.
That's so
it gets really exciting to see
is
everything.
so true.
And the generosity of our community is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. I love to see that. And are the numbers going up? Do you think you feel like they're going up each year?
Actually, I think this year we actually had a few less people sign up for the holiday program this year. So we were able to sponsor almost every family that signed up. We got pretty close to that. Around 1,000 is about where we hit our limit, capacity wise.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's like, I don't know if we have the bandwidth to do it anymore, much more than the 1,000.
Yeah, and the space we're in. I don't know that we can contain many more families.
I don't know. You'd have to move on to like the whole church building.
Yeah. And then, of course, if for any reason we're unable to sponsor a family, we let them know about the other programs in the community so that they have time to take advantage of another program. We also, we're very careful about sharing our list of recipients with those other programs.
Okay.
So we know that everyone can get served in our community.
That's very smart. That's very smart. So not a lot of duplication across programs.
Correct.
Yeah, you guys have connections with and relationships with all the other organizations that are doing something similar. So that's wonderful and good to know.
Thank you. If you want to help out, just hit us up at vacmo.org.
Okay, vacmo.org. It's easy enough. All right, well, we can do that. And thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks. I appreciate it, Donica.